So over here we have some Portuguese wall paintings where these things were removed inside the two walls that I showed you outside there. So they were symbolizing different things. The ship, boats and doors were the means of transport inside the ocean. The houses were the churches, the places of worship. And over here we have a flag of Portugal. They usually use it till now. And we have a mythology that one Portuguese soldier could fight 3 Oman Arab soldiers. Saubaque is a name of a ship. Lemos is a surname. And next, over here we have some fish, the staple food that the Portuguese people were eating during the time they were not under siege. Later on, while the Portuguese were under siege from 1634 to 1635, they started eating this kind of thing. So this is an animal, perhaps it's a chameleon.
So where did they used to get the chameleon? They
used to get them inside Fort Jesus. Any animal that was alive inside Fort Jesus, that is the animal that they could eat it. So the wall paintings are made of carbon black and red oxide using a sailor's feather. So they have just been added some little painting, but on top of the added paints, you can see some art that are original. Yeah. So basically over here we have different things. Most of them, they have different symbols and meanings.
So guys, this is Masri Hall, whereby the Al-Masri family used to lead the Mombasa or the coast region, and this is whereby they used to hold meetings.
So the people who are holding the meetings inside this room are these people over here. Over here you have the British people, the Oman Arab people and the local communities. So these people, the Oman Arabs, they were sitting on the red pillows, this side and the other side. The British people could sit at the center and the local communities were sitting on the floor. So they were using this room as a baraza, or a place to hold the treaties, to do the meetings and hold some treaties inside the room. The meeting in the room now, we have an Omani rifle and the guns and the bullets, sorry. So they could load one bullet and they could shoot it, clean the gun, load another bullet. So the room was renovated by the Oman Arabs. You can see the wood on top over there. So they did that work, and later on in 2017 it was refurbished and the funding was done by the Sultanate of Oman. So over here we have the original wall with some minutes over there that were being done by the local communities. So that was their work while they were inside this room, the Baraza Hall. Yeah, these are the minutes over here. So we'll come on this side and see some shields. We have 2 shields over here and 2 swords. So this shield and this sword, they were being used for fighting. This shield and this sword were for the ceremonial purposes. You can see it have some silver platings. Yeah, so the 2 of them were for the ceremonial things and for fighting. The knives over here are called hanjars, and they are for symbolizing pride and the authentic relation. So this one was for fighting and this one for ceremonial purposes. So the handle was made from a giraffe's horn. The belt over here was for holding the sword, and the small one is for holding the handjar of the knife. So the knives were being put on the belly.
museum gallery, which was built in 1895 and it was later opened in 1960. And there's some artifacts that were stored, so let's come and see them.
In 1687, there was a ship that was called Santo Antonio de Tana. It was a 42-gun Portuguese warship, and it was sunk inside the ocean outside Fort Jesus by the Oman Arabs. And now we have some Mombasa wreck excavation that was done by the British people. And over here you have a model of the guys who are doing he's a local diver that were being helped by the British divers, and these are some of the things that were able to get from the ocean. So it was an excavation done in 1977 and led by the curator initially, who was called Dr. James Kirkman. So inside here we have the spoons, medicinal cans, doorknobs, plates, hourglasses, bowls, cans, bowls, many things, and some jars over here, some pots, and the swivels. Those are some of the artifacts, some pictures, the gods. Means of communication in those days, we were using the drum. So the drum over here and the last one over there, they were being used for ceremonial purposes. This one over here was for calling people. It was for communication purposes. And down here, we have a seat made in the 17th century. So it's 300 years old, made in India in a Portuguese style, and used by two sheikhs, Sheikh Mataka and Sheikh Mohammed. So these are the British cannons on the left rib. So these ones could go for 300 meters, and on the other side, the right hand side, we head for the Portuguese people. So those ones could go for 200 meters. And the reason they could go for different sizes and distances is because these ones could hold a cannonball which was weighing 5 kg, and the other side they were weighing 15 kg.
Guys, so this was called a cannonball that was used as a bullet. As you can see, it's very heavy, though it's weighing 9 kgs.
It's like we have the curator's office right now, but initially it was the curator's residence. So Dr. James Kirkman was living inside here, but later on he said he couldn't.
Was it built like this initially?
Yeah, it was built in 1960 by the British people first. Yeah, so they are the people who built the whole residence. But right now, it's the curator's office, or for the people who are in charge of the museum, the accounts, the archaeological lab and department. They usually stay over there. So this is the skeleton I told you about the first time. So in 1990, a sweep of the museum was just cleaning around the museum, and he found this skeleton replica over here. He found a skeleton over here. So he later went to the archaeological department and he did the reporting, and the excavation was done. So they found he was a Portuguese guy. He was wearing a rosary, and the way he was buried, that's what symbolized how he was a Portuguese guy. So he was buried facing the west side, and the arms were on top of the belly. So if he was a Oman Arab, he could be buried using the right hand side facing north. So he could be facing on the other direction. So in respect of the Christianity religion, they had to bury the guy 6 feet deep. And this one, they made the replica for the guy in order for display for the people.
Guys, follow me to the Omani house. So guys, we are now at the Omani house. Are you ready to see? Let's get it.
So the sultans of Zanzibar, from the first one, Sultan said from the family of the Al-Busaidi. So it's the family that is ruling in Zanzibar and Omani. So Sultan Said was the first one, and the last one is Sultan Jamshid bin Abdullahi Al-Busaidi. Yeah, the Sultan. So starting with this, they are using the how they usually write.
This is the last one.
Yeah, this is the last one. Sultan Said Jamshid.
So guys, this is how the Oman women used to dress. As you can see, the first two, this symbolizes the rich, how they used to wear. This one who doesn't have jewelry on is the poor one. So this is how they used to dress with their ornaments, and this is how the guys used to dress right here. And these are the cutleries, the plates, the bowls that used to be in their houses. So guys, we've come to the end of our historical tour. It was a whole bunch of information. I hope you have enjoyed, you have learned something new. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I post a video. I love you guys. That being said, let's meet in my next video. Bye.